everyone, this is Nicole from Air Corporate. When it comes to opening an offshore company, people contacting us usually consider the BVIs, Hong Kong or Singapore. We published a video last year about why you should not register a company in the BVI, which attracted a lot of controversy. I will link it at the end of this video. At Air Corporate, we have a kind of love-hate relationship with the BVI companies. Why? Because it is an excellent vehicle, but clearly not for everyone. And for the disclaimer, we do incorporate BVI companies for our clients, and we will of course assist you if you decide to register a BVI company. But it is really important that you understand the pros and cons of this type of company, which is why I'm here today. So let's start. Pros of BVI companies. There are a number of good reasons to set up in the BVIs. The first one is confidentiality. It is simple. The names of directors and shareholders are simply not accessible for the public to see, which is a major difference with Hong Kong and Singapore. So if you are thinking of starting a business competing with the one of your current employer, or if you want to make sure that your competitor don't know who is behind your business, then the BVIs are a great option. The second benefit is tax. BVI companies are not subject to corporate income tax, capital gain tax, VAT, or any other taxes on their worldwide income. Nothing more to say. This is obviously very attractive, but be aware, doing business tax-free through a BVI company does not mean that you are not subject to a tax in a way or another in the country where you live. The third one is flexibility. BVI companies have a high degree of flexibility in terms of their structure and operations. This means that you are free to organize your company absolutely the way you want from a governance perspective. For example, you can be one or more shareholders, put in place a board of directors, a supervisory board, or decide not to. You are absolutely free. Number 4 is that the registration process is easy. You can register your BVI company completely online and remote. You will never need to visit the BVIs, and the registration process is relatively simple and straightforward, which will save you time. So all this to say that BVI companies seem to be the perfect match for your business. But let's take a little break, zoom out, and look at the cons of a BVI company. The first one is compliance. Of course, compliance is a good thing, but compliance when setting up a BVI company has become much stricter than in the past. The old days of registering by just saying that you will do trading business or consulting without providing more information are just over. So if you decide to register in the BVIs, just be prepared for our team to ask you questions about your business, its nature, and the countries where you operate. The second issue with the BVIs is reputation risk. The BVI have been associated with tax evasion and money laundering in the past. This has changed, but the BVIs have done a lot to adapt to OECD requirements, but some perceptions remain. So if your business involves serving clients who are multinational companies based in Europe or the US, be prepared to have a hard time being listed as an accredited supplier with a BVI company. You may not have this issue if you do business with a Hong Kong or Singapore company. The third difficulty you will face with a BVI company is to open a bank account for your business. Let's be honest, it is extremely difficult to open a bank account with an international bank such as DBS or HSBC for a BVI company. Not impossible, but real difficult. Some exotic banks specializes in serving BVI companies, but frankly, we would not recommend them to our clients. When we create BVI companies for our clients, we work with digital banks in Hong Kong and Singapore to open their account, but you should still expect the process to be quite strict. So here we are for the main pros and cons of BVI companies. Now, before we close, let's take a quick look at most common questions that we receive from our clients regarding BVI companies. Number 1, what are the requirements for setting up a BVI company? So to set up a BVI company, you will need to provide the following information: the name of the company, the registered address of your company, the names and addresses of the shareholders and directors of the company, the amount of authorized share capital, information about your company's business. Number 2, What are the annual fees for a BVI company? The annual fees vary on a case-by-case basis, mostly based on the number of shareholders and directors your company has, and whether they are individual persons or companies. This will obviously affect the cost of compliance to be conducted in your company. But generally speaking, you should expect spending roughly the same for a BVI company that you would spend, all inclusive, for a Hong Kong or Singapore company. Number 3, how can I get more information about BVI companies? You can get more information about BVI companies by visiting the website of the BVI Financial Services Commission, but you can also check our website and of course our YouTube channel. So that's it for today, and of course if you have more questions about BVI companies, you can send us in the comments below or just visit our website and get in touch with one of our team members. Before you leave guys, please subscribe and like. This is Nicole from Air Corporate, checking out.